The Epic of Gilgamesh is arguably the first text of literature um, that is discovered. And a common narrative discovered by Joseph Campbell is called the hero's journey. The hero's journey is it's found throughout thousands and thousands of stories and novels, and it is a common narrative theme that is occurring and reoccurring again. And this cycle, which begins with the departure, then comes with the initiation, then lastly, the return. The hero's journey can be seen in almost all the novels, um, all the big hit Hollywood movies. Let's say the Wolverine. Um, it's just a cycle that is uh, everywhere and in almost all of the literature texts, because this cycle creates conflicts, and conflicts is the key that people or the audience love to watch. Uh, Having the tense situations, having drama, and conflict. It's the major thing that the hero's journey creates. But the hero's journey, it's it's a metaphor, and uh, it does not just occur in text, stories, myths, but also exists in the ordinary lives of everyday people, like me, like um, probably a policeman, a lawyer, an army specialist. So I would like to take this time to reflect on my own life, um, and whether or not my life has gone through the hero's journey. Well, some people may ask me that, well, you have only lived 21 years. What do you have to share? You probably haven't even reached the departure stage yet. But I think it is worth taking the time to reflect on the different stages in your life, the different encounters you had in your life, um, and learning from those experiences. And uh, I was just curious of whether my experiences in life match the model or the cycle of the hero's journey. So I grew up um, with my siblings, a brother and a sister, uh, together, but not under our parents. So I basically grew up without my parents' care, love, and I think that's one of the biggest reasons why I feel that distant, that cushion between my parents, but not among my siblings. I am born in Taiwan. I'm ethnically Chinese, um, but I study in an American international school from middle school to high school. And being in a different culture, um, it's opens your brain, it fascinates you, and I am a strong believer that despite your ethnicity, um, the cultural part is such a big impact on your life. Then I made a decisive decision when I graduated high school. Uh, I had the decision to enlist in the army, which is the mandatory army for Taiwan, which every male citizen has to serve, or I can choose to go to university. Well, I never had a passion for anything. Like now I look back, I think having a passion for something is such a luxury. seeing people who love what they do and enjoy what they do every day. Um, it's not common. Um, so I decided to go to the military at the age of 18 and allow some time for myself to think and to decide what career I want to get into. And I don't recall who said this, but uh, somebody said the thing you need to learn the most is the things you fear the most. So I went into the army, which is a complete cultural shock. Um, Given that I have never really grew up in my home country because I was in Hong Kong. And I was seen as a foreigner. I was not accepted. I've been through the language struggles, the cultural barriers, and I learned a lot. I learned how to be patient. I learned how to be understanding and empathetic, and to really develop that sense of self-awareness of how how to deal with different people. And then I decided to study actuarial science because I believe that this major really fits my personality. Uh, and math wasn't my thing. Math was not my thing throughout my whole life. And I'm taking this challenge now. And some people say that actuaries are the elite of mathematicians. And a lot of my high school friends are questioning me like, why are you studying something that is so challenging, um, so tough? Um, and I always tell them that I might not be the wisest person you guys ever met in your life, but I am definitely diligent. I'm hardworking. I'm willing to put a lot of work in, and now I am seeing the results coming out as really really positive results, and to a large extent, my hero's journey is it's in a very very short time, probably in just a couple of sentences. Uh, I I I learned a lot. I grew up to be independent. I challenged myself to enter a field that is not where my strengths are. And now, as I look back to the choices I make, I do not regret. And I think this concept of the hero's journey, this cycle applies to everyone. Um, a recent uh, person I have been uh, profoundly interested in is named Ma Yun, who is the founder of Alibaba. And his story is just magnificent of how he created Alibaba to become the largest IPO that has ever entered into the American stock market, and how he envisions and just some of the tough times that he took to get to where he is right now. And talking about the collective library, I think the collective library is it's a way to develop an inner collective wisdom within oneself. And I think the hero's journey is a great model, great cycle for someone to reflect um, on their life and whether or not they can connect the dots. They can have that inner collective wisdom that without reading a book, um, you can talk about a book, which is probably the most precious things I have learned in this class. And lastly, I would like to thank Dr. Greenfield for the amazing semester. You are a very intelligent, patient, and culturally aware professor, accepting of differences, accepting cultural differences, and I enjoyed a lot in your class. Thank you.